Greeting friends, myself architect Sanjay Goel, Principal Architect Designers Architects Ludhiana, also one of the Director of Ludhiana Smart City Limited. I am also working as the Chairman of IIA Punjab Chapter these days. First of all, I would like to congratulate Department of Architecture, Ambala for organizing this international conference on rediscovering cities, issues and challenges. My topic is about urban mobility. With respect to commercial street, famous clock tower, Gantaghar Chowk, Ludhiana. We all know that Gantaghar Chowk is also known as Clock Tower Road, situated in the heart of the city of Ludhiana. The major landmark in the city was erected to mark 25 years of Queen Victoria's regime. Is the most crowded area. There is a critical problem of mobility of vehicles as well as for pedestrians. As this area is very old, we know that, and a lot of haphazard construction and planning has taken place during the past many decades. That is why this area is suffering most in Ludhiana city, upcoming smart city of Ludhiana. Due to the tremendous footfall and encroached areas along street sides in commercial spaces of Gantaghar Chowk, there is an urgent need to manage this area. With the help of the conclusions about walkability in urban commercial streets, numerous challenges were identified, and with the support of private and public developmental agencies, proposals were aimed at upgrading walkability potential in cities. What is walkability and its importance? We all know walkability and its importance. Walkability is defined as capacity and connection of pedestrians with the ease of walking and quality of footpaths or sidewalks, walkways in cities. Given the vast and hypothetical relationship between strolling, walkable situations, and imagination, it is apt to point that the most walkable neighborhoods in the city are additionally liable to be seen among the most innovative areas and vice versa. So, criteria for site selection. Increased encroachments along street sides in commercial spaces such as Gantaghar Chowk impacts the width of street concerning vehicular and pedestrian movement. Majority of the shops are existing since independence, and all have encroached upon the government land, and net result is that today what to talk of four-wheelers or two-wheelers, even pedestrians cannot walk through the famous Choda Bazaar, which is by name Choda, otherwise it is very narrow in the city of Ludhiana. Gantaghar Chowk is the center of various commercial activities, political and social demonstrations, resulting in chaos and conflict between pedestrians and other modes of mobility, causing complications like parking congestion, traffic conflict zones, etc. As all the demonstration and all the political events are going to organized in the heart of the city. By Google Map, you can see the site Choda Bazaar, Gantaghar Chowk. Aim and objective. In urban areas, there is low passerby mode share and comparatively high open vehicle share. The advance and utilization of the walkability evolution strategy can bring issues to light and create enthusiasm among city authorities and policymakers to assist them with improving strolling in urban areas. There is an urgent need to redesign the current pedestrian rules and create suitable policies for urban areas. This is the need of the hour, and that is why the Smart City mission has come into picture with the latest technologies and latest architecture designs and town planning. We can create a lot of difference between the livability status of the citizens. You can see the difference between clock tower many decades back on the left hand side and now. And good news is that under Smart City mission, it is further going to be renovated with state of the lighting as well. Problems and challenges. Upper photograph showing traffic congestion problems at the peak hours in Gantaghar Chowk. Another photograph, the old street of Gantaghar Chowk, where there is no designated parking space as well as pedestrian walkways. The main problem here and its surrounding areas, including Choda Bazaar and Kitab Bazaar, were found that during past decades after independence, majority of people have encroached government land. In spite of many complaints by the citizens and orders by Honorable High Court, people have not removed their encroachment, leading to more congestion and safety concerns. With an increase in population and number of vehicles, there is an increase in congestion in the locality by multiple times, and only solution seems to be more elevated roads, That's all. So problems in Gantaghar Chowk, barriers in regulations and laws. There are no central, state or neighborhood level authorities that completely cover urban vehicle necessities. Around 40-50 people were surveyed in Gantaghar Chowk, and more than 70% of the pedestrians which were surveyed showed dissatisfaction in the lack of pedestrian crossings and road maintenance. Deficient institutional framework and land as a barrier to improvement of transport infrastructure. Newspaper clipping from the Tribune where people have filed complaints regarding encroachments. You can see in the slide. Methodology. Commercial place Gantaghar area in Ludhiana city is in a very critical situation as there is increase in vehicles and inadequate attention to facilities for pedestrians have resulted in decrease in the overall pedestrian mode. I hope so that in the coming times, this area will be taken by a Smart City Mission company under area-based development scheme. As right now, Srabanagar, the famous area on Firozpur Road, has been taken, whereas many projects under Pan City development are going on. I hope that Union Government or Urban Development Ministry will take the old area of Ludhiana City, area around Gantaghar Chowk and Clock Tower for the redevelopment. Through case studies and surveys, problems were identified like lack of basic amenities for walkability in the street as there is no designated parking space as well as pedestrian walkways. Case studies from various design models have been studied and results recorded have been remarkable. Results. Accessibility to pedestrian plays a significant role to further enhance the movement, reduce the fossil fuel depletion, save the environment and promote social justice. The involvement of the local development authorities and awareness of citizens. Bicycle tracks should be introduced and provision of public bicycles will help avoid the congestion problem and provision of green strips along with the pedestrian tracks. A strict action to eradicate the encroachments on and around the street. Use of traffic signals and smart signage for ease of understanding. In the photograph, no use of traffic lights in the intersection leading to traffic jams. So first, there are no traffic lights. If these are lights, they are not working. If these are working, then people are not following these lights. This is the kind of problems I think almost every city is suffering. Narrow lanes and too many vehicles obstructing the way of an ambulance, you can say, and many children and the patients are suffering in the congestion. Planning elevated roads could solve a lot of problems as it seems to be the only solution. Like in most of the metros in Delhi, we have seen that elevated roads only have solved majority of the problems. Same in Ludhiana, a couple of roads have already come up. I hope so that more elevated roads in the congested areas, including Gantaghar Chowk, will come up to provide comfort to the citizens. Narrow roads must be designated as one-way roads to avoid traffic. Roads must be kept clean at all times to facilitate easy walking. Structure changes in roads need to be made to withstand environmental changes. So conclusion, tactile warning strips at the entrance of shared spaces can be provided. A clear path for delivery vehicles can be maintained and be marked with dedicated areas for movement with change in paved type or pattern. Use of street furniture, cycle parking, landscaping to define the concept of shared space to delineate pedestrian-only areas. Increase in safety of shoppers and visitors, especially elderly and children. Otherwise, elderly people and children are very much, afraid of going to the congestion area, old areas, or Gantaghar Chowk site. Even on Sundays, there is a lot of congestion as being holiday. We all know that Ludhiana is an industrial city and more than 10 lakh laborers are working in Ludhiana and this area is flooded with the laborers. Increased sale and benefit of merchants and traders at pedestrian require less space than vehicles and lower pollution levels. I hope so that district administration along with state government will definitely look into the problems and find out wonderful solutions so that this area is going to be as good as it was few decades back for the citizens of Ludhiana. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.